L, and here we are for Hoop and Tell, where we have women from all over the world that have hoop and they're ready to tell their story about how hula hooping has transformed their life. And today's episode, we have the lovely Jamekia, and she is also a somatic practitioner. So we're going to go through her story today to learn more about her and how hula hooping has transformed her journey and how she's able to apply her role as a somatic practitioner and being able to invest in her self-care and healing as well through other modalities, which is hula hooping today. So we're welcome, Jamekia, to the Hoop and Tell series. We're happy to have you. Love how we both are framed with the hoop in the back. Think
Yes,
great minds think alike.
yes,
so,
absolutely.
so before we dive into your hoop journey, could you explain to the audience what your role is as a somatic practitioner? Because this is my first time really hearing about a somatic practitioner. So I would love to hear more myself, and I'm sure the audience will be interested as well.
Yes, absolutely. Somatics. First, let's break down the word somatic. Soma or somato means body, the physical body. But as a somatic practitioner, we focus on the whole person. So that is including the physical body, that is the emotional body, the mental body, the spiritual body, right? So, we know that emotionally, that is like our first line of defense. So when people come to me, I help to guide them in a sense to be more aware of themselves, but in an embodiment way. So we utilize tools that are breath work, modalities, grounding tools, writing, because any of those things could be a form of meditation, right?
Yeah.
So it is just bringing them more awareness of who they are and tapping into spaces um, that have been causing them anxiety, what can I say, stress. So we help them process that, to because in order for you to move forward out of a loop, you must process it. And the way that we process things is within our body. So it is a mind body connect, because we know that our mind also protects us. The body always keeps score, but the mind protects us. So when the body is ready and it expresses or something triggers you, an incident or an occurrence, a person or an event, you will have tools to be able to ground yourself so that
Mhm.
you're more aware in that space. So I help people process. I give them the key to guide them to more awareness within themselves. And it makes everyday life a little bit more easier.
I love that. And it's funny because what you mentioned something that as soon as you start talking about the body and the emotional body and all these things, I thought about that saying. I don't know if it's a book or not, but the body keeps the score. So
Yes.
a lot of people don't realize that when we, even if it's something that happened in our youth, our body is storing that information in our body and we need to get it out. So
Yes.
I'm glad you mentioned that, and that is a very much needed and powerful practice modality that a lot of people can benefit from. So
Yes.
thank you for sharing that.
You're
so
welcome.
so do you remember the very first moment that a hula hoop made you feel something special in your body? Since we've been speaking about the body, the emotional being, like, what was your first hula hoop experience like?
Are you saying in the aspect of with you, your hula hoop? Okay.
Yeah,
So
in general. Yeah, or recently as an adult. Like how did
as an
who or
adult,
even as a child, you can talk about both.
so to give you more of a background of it, I would have to say the reason why I reached out and why it was so special to get my own hula hoop as an adult is because I was never able to do it as a child. I could never get the hang of it. I would watch other children and they would just be able to get this thing, right? It was like so natural to them. So the first time wasn't a great time, but the next time I would have to say that we probably met around 2020, and I purchased a hula hoop from you in 2021. So every single day I was practicing, and it did not take me long to actually keep it up. There's something about Lauren's hula hoops that just definitely taps into the inner child, and I'm always, even in my own practice, advocating for that, for you, your inner child, so to express that. So I would say the first time would be when I realized that I was actually keeping it up and I wasn't living in the space that I'm in. And I just got so excited. So my inner child was like lit when I realized that, oh my God, like,
I love it. No, and I agree because that's the same. That's my story as well. Like I actually, people don't believe me, but I really don't even recall touching a hula hoop as a child.
oh,
Like
wow.
I don't have any recollection of hula hooping or just seeing people hula hoop actually. So yeah, so I always love to hear like how, people come into hula hooping or how were they when they were a child and their childhood with hula hooping to adulthood now. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Um as a somatic practitioner, what did hula hooping awaken in you that traditional modalities didn't? And how important is it for other practitioners to find a practice that supports their journey as well?
Okay, so tying in my recent as a somatic practitioner, I would say a lot of times we hold on to things, and I look at the hula hoop as like this portal, and it
Mhm.
literally is, because it's circular
Yeah.
and everything around us that we see is geometric: squares, circles, triangles, right? We see that on
Mhm.
our cars, we see that in the way that we make our houses and all of that. So my I gotta look at the question again just to make
It's
sure
fun.
what hoping. I would say what it awoke in me is, those times where it's falling and you're trying to keep it up.
Yeah.
I would say it would be being able to be in the flow with the body, and actually when it falls, just letting it go and being okay with letting
Yeah.
it go. Not allowing, you're like, dang, I'm not going to get it. Kind of like when you were a child, just going with the flow. That was what it was, more tapping into the inner child for me. That's what it was. So if I was to say anything to other practitioners, is when you find something that allows you, no matter even when you sometimes don't want to do it, but when you find and you have to come back to it later, when you find that thing that works for you, keep it consistent. Stick with it. Even if you have to leave it alone for a couple of days, but you're able to come back and revisit it. Sometimes I keep my hula in the car. I keep it mostly in the car, and I had to go downstairs and get it, but I kept it with me. And anytime I would have emotional, stresses and different things, I don't care where I was, I would just pull it out. So
Yeah.
it's good to tap back into it when you truly find something that can actually help you move emotions, right?
Exactly.
Sadness. Yeah.
I love that. And so how that even though you have several modalities that you practice, how is it important for practitioners ourselves to tap into other modalities for those, at times when we need something else? Like how important is it?
It's very important, because even as working with other clients, you learn that working with different people, that not everything is going to work for them. It's like it's a partnership, so it's important for you to figure out, sometimes you may have to put that down and pick up something else. So it's super important, in my opinion, very important.
I love that. Um And then I want to go back because you mentioned something about going with the flow. So I'm actually about to release a mini course called Find Your Flow, where I kind of talk about the 4-step process of just going with the flow of hula hooping. Like I think it's like I see a lot of women are into the wave of the infinity hoop
Okay.
because but I feel like the disconnect there is because they think they can't hula hoop. So I'm like, the infinity hoop and the hula hoop are the same thing, well, essentially the same thing, but I
Right.
think people think, oh, I can't hula hoop. Let me go with this. So I want to create a mini course that speaks more into that. You think you can't do it, but you can. And you can easily do it, but just find your flow. So,
Yes.
um, yeah.
I believe scientifically everybody has their own, don't quote me on it, but I believe that everybody's body has their own flow. So you have
Yeah.
to learn your rhythm no matter if you're doing tai chi, kickboxing, because those are the things that I also use as other modalities to move energy. So I think that it's all about your flow and where you are in that moment. Each moment is different, you know? So it's definitely about the flow of your body. But what I wanted to ask you was, what is the infinity hoop?
Oh, it's the mechanical belt hoop. That,
Okay.
yeah, the one that with the
And it
ball that
goes
goes
around.
around. Yeah, like
I know what
I
you're
feel
talking
like
about.
TikTok is really big on TikTok. Like if you
Right?
type in hula hooping, it will come up. But again, it's more of a fitness thing. But again, I think they have a lot of, and they do. They have a lot of testimonials and all those things. But again, I think people feel like it's a magical thing because it's just around your
You
waist. I'm like, it's doing the same thing, honestly.
you still have to put in the work.
Yes, that's what I mean. You still
No,
have to put in the work.
yeah, no matter what you do, I mean, that's in everything in life. And sometimes we try to get around that, but you
Yeah.
got to do the work. I still had to do the work in order for me to get there. And baby, you be working them hips.
Yes.
You be
Yes.
working them hips. And the next level of what I would love to learn is what Lauren does because she's able to dance with it. It takes a lot. That
Yeah.
core strength and having to go forward and move with it, it takes a lot and you have to find your flow. So it is not, you not just, it's not just gonna be
It's
magically
not magical.
magic.
Like
It's not.
I'm just gonna put this thing on and I am gonna lose weight and whatever goes. But
The
I'll
magical
be
part,
making more content about that.
right? The magical part is what happens with you and your realization.
Yes, absolutely. Um, so I know you are a mother to two wonderful boys. So, how has hula hooping supported you in navigating the shifts and seasons of being a mother? And how does hula hooping play a role in your children's lives as well?
So my oldest, I ain't got him on board yet. I even tried to bring him to your last event, but I was like, you could bring your girlfriend. And then I found out later that his girlfriend actually loves hula hooping. So maybe
Oh,
the next time that you have an event, I will get him and maybe she will influence him a little bit. But as
yes,
far as my youngest, ever since I got it, girl, he love it. Wherever
yeah.
we at, if I pull it out, he think that my hula hoop is his hula.
I hear that a lot from mothers.
He feels like, but how I've navigated through seasons when I first got it, um, in different frustrations that were going on in my life at that time, just being able to laugh, be playful with my son, and it was something that we connected with. So that was a beautiful thing. If like right now, even if right now I pull it out, he's ready to go. So the next
Yeah.
thing is to buy him one for his size.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yes, he's so awesome. I'll always remember like when you shared with me that, he was just not having a good day of y'all going, he was going to school and he wanted to use hula hoop and then he wanted to grab it and then it made him feel better. I always think about that.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that. Yes, and he had to be about, he's 9 now. He had to be about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yes. And in the mornings when he didn't want to go, yes, absolutely. I used to put it on and it would boost his mood. And we know that moving is a form of high vibration. So yes, then he would be like, okay, we could
Yeah.
go.
I love it. um If your hula hoop could speak as a witness to your growth, what season of your life would you say it saw you transform the most? Or yeah, what is the one word that hula hooping, if they could speak to a witness of your growth, what's one word that you can say that it applies
I
to?
thought long and hard about this question when you sent it to me. And the only word that came to mind was indecision, because there were moments where I was in a flux. You know how we want to make this decision, but we don't know if we want to go this way or that way, right or left, forward or back.
Right.
And I would go to. We have a park here called Shalom Park. And I
Hmm.
would go to the park, and it looks like a forest because there's so many trees, and especially during the fall time, the leaves. And I think I took a picture and sent you one time, and I had it on my like profile one time.
Hmm.
And I would go out there whenever I just could not make a decision. And it didn't mean that the decision was just gonna come right then. I just felt better
Yeah.
utilizing the hula hoop at that moment in time in my life. But eventually I was able to make that decision. So I would say it witnessed the growth of me being in that indecision. My decisions are a little bit more sharper now.
I love
So when
that.
I'm gonna make
Yeah.
it, I'm either gonna make it in 10 minutes because we could get into a whole lot of stuff with that quantum physics and stuff about decisions, but just make the decision, man. Just but it
Right.
did. It saw me in that stage of my life and indecision.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. So that's one thing I speak on a lot is that even though it may sound like what? Really? So I always say that hula hooping helped me to build my discipline and consistency.
Yes.
And how is because if you commit to doing something every day, like my thing was I started hula hooping. My first what's the word I'm looking for? Commitment for to hula hooping was 5 minutes a day. So I
Yes.
committed to that. And so literally because I said I'm gonna do this every day for 5 minutes until I feel better, then that helped me to build my discipline and consistency because I was consistently doing it and I was disciplined about it. I was serious about it.
Right.
So when you said, it helped with your indecision, it reminded me of that because it definitely can help build discipline consistency as well. So
It
yeah.
does. And on a scientific note, because I'm always trying to,
Yeah. Bring it
not
in.
just go by our opinions and facts and our experience, because people have to experience it themselves to really know what we're talking about per se. But scientifically, we know that it takes 21 days to create a habit. But the part that people don't talk about is it takes 90 days to make it like part of it becomes a part of your personality. That's
Mm,
why we'll do something for 21 days and then we're like, well, why am I changing? But then the body will remind you, and the mind will remind you, hey, you ain't been doing that. You need to get back to that.
mm-hmm,
So then you'll get back to it and you'll do it a little bit longer. So all of that stuff works. That's how when you see someone in whatever it is that they're working on, whether it's in the gym or like you said, the hula hooping, as far as being disciplined, it does teaches discipline and helps with consistency. So absolutely, just wanted to throw a little bit of the science
mm-hmm.
in there.
No, I love that for sure, for sure. So being that you work deeply with the body with somatics, what is one somatic lesson you learned through hula hooping or that you compare with hula hooping that you think every woman needs to hear?
Being able to let go. Being able to let go,
Simple.
because hula hooping allows you to just be so free. It's a
Mhm.
freedom about it. You're in your own little world, this little circle that's around your hips. You're releasing, if it is trauma, you're releasing it. If it's frustration, whatever emotion that you're moving through in that moment, you're being able to be free in that moment, in that time, in that space. So yeah,
I love that. It's
letting go.
freedom. Yes, it's freedom and letting go.
Yes.
So there is, and I feel like well, we're going to ask. So there's
Ask
a
and see if
component
I've already
about
said it.
pooping that adults don't always give themselves permission to feel. When was the last time pooping made you laugh, loosen up, or feel like a kid again?
Well, since you asked, it will be the last time that I went to your event. Even though my son was having a time, and the elderly were out there helping me out with him, and he was doing some
Yes.
stuff that was really getting under my skin. Um, I still had fun in the fact to tap into that inner child, because I came in the spot where you were like, okay, you guys are gonna make up your own dance. It took me back to when I was doing stepping with step teams, or
Yeah,
when I had to do a talent show and sing and coordinate something with one of my childhood friends when I was like 8 or 9. So yeah,
I love
I would
that.
say the event that I went to and experienced with you and the other ladies in the safe space.
Yeah, and I look forward to doing more of that. Just seeing women, a group of women together, like being able to let go and be childlike, and just be able to take the cape off, the superwoman cape off, and just let go and have fun. So
Yes.
I'm happy that you were able to do that on that day as well.
Yes.
So our next question is, was there a moment, and you kind of talked about this a little bit, where was there ever a moment where hula hooping helped you to move through an emotion or experience um that you didn't have words for yet?
Yeah, I did kind of already answer that question, but I'm trying to see. Let's see. Let's see. Say the question again.
So, has there ever been a time that hula hooping um basically helped you move through an emotion like that? But you kind of mentioned it earlier, like if you felt indecisive or you felt frustrated, it helped you to break through, and were you able to accomplish what you came out there through hula hooping, just by hula
Yes,
hooping?
absolutely. Just by hula hooping. Yes, absolutely. I think me and you is somatic practitioner. That's what it is. It's about moving. It's about embodying. So that is something that is a part of my everyday life, because I'm a big crybaby.
Yes, me too. I literally, I just talked about this on my social media the other day that I felt like a urge to cry like all day. Like I'm like, I just feel like I want to cry, but I couldn't.
Right.
And usually I can cry easily, but
Right.
for some reason that day it just felt like it was a lot. So I was like, I'm just gonna hula hoop. So I got the hula hoop, and I just played a song that I felt was gonna resonate with me, and I just closed my eyes and I just sat there, and all the tears came out. I'm like, yes. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta move this out of my body, like
Yes.
literally.
I
So
actually had a moment about a week ago, and with all these energies that are in the planet, if for those of you that don't know, I'm into
mhm,
astrology as well, like medical astrology. Um and I felt like I was underwater. It was so intense.
yeah,
And so I couldn't cry. I did not pick up the hula hoop, but I did end up crying. I just resonating with what you're saying. So that could have been a moment that but I was stuck.
yeah,
And it was something that my son said to me. And when he
yeah,
said to me, I broke.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I can definitely resonate with that. I encourage movement, and obviously hula hoop is a form of movement, meditation, and definitely I resonate with what you're saying. So absolutely agreed.
Awesome. So you have my collapsible hula hoop. What do you love most about the hula hoop? Or it could be most, or just some things that you like about the hula hoop.
What I love about it is how big it is. I love how big it is. I love that I'm able to fold it into an eight, collapse it. And I love numerology. So that eight and that infinity sign means
Yeah,
a lot. And I'm sure it means a lot for your business and how you even created it in that space.
yes,
We're able to come up with it. But yeah, I love that it's huge.
yes.
It's like it's all mine. I'm a big girl now.
Yes, absolutely. And I always so people a lot of people get nervous when they see how big the hoop is and they're like, "Oh my god, this is too big. I'm not going to be able to hoop." But I always tell people the bigger the hoop is, the easier it is.
It is. It is because I've gone back to the smaller ones now that I can do the smaller ones. And this is some science behind it. It has to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bigger the hoop it is, you are absolutely right. It is
Yeah.
definitely easier.
I love that. So, what if you could leave women one leave a word for women that are listening with one full circle truth about the intersection of healing, movement, and returning home to themselves, what would that be?
I would say show up for yourself. Hula hoop is when you're holding this hula hoop and it's going around you, you're showing up for yourself. And in life, we have to continue to show up for ourselves. So my phrase would be show up for yourself. I also have something that I say: when I show up, you heal. When you show up, I heal. So full circle healing. And we have to feel it in order to heal it, to move it. So
Mm,
hula hoops allow you to do that. Even though there's a freedom in it, it allows you to feel. It's back to what we said, it's a flow. You're
th-
getting into your rhythm. So show up for yourself.
that's powerful. I love that. So, I'm gonna scroll back through. We had a few comments. So thank you all for tuning in and listening to us talk and hear more about Jamekia's story, how hula hoop has transformed her life. So Slim Diva said, "I love how passionate you both are. Commitment, discipline, freedom, and letting go." With the purple heart, I love purple hearts. um she also said, "What I love about mine is the size of it. It really makes me feel like I know what I'm doing." Yes,
Facts.
seriously. Still the Slim Diva is it's definitely a thing. Like don't be intimidated by the big hoops, y'all.
Nope.
It's made for us.
It is.
I actually have a hoop that's as tall as as I am, so I'm 5'1", and it's
Wow.
yeah. So that is my easiest hoop that I have, and when people see it, they're like, "What?" But it makes it so the bigger the hoop is, and this is the science and everything behind and physics behind it. But the bigger the hoop is, it goes around much slower. So it allows you to be able to catch up with the rhythm of it. And when it's smaller, that's when it is, harder, not harder, more of a challenge because
Yeah.
it's tiny, it's moving more fast, and you have to keep up with it. So
Yes.
that's my, theory of, why the bigger hoop is easier. And it works. It every time. Somebody that does not, if they can't get it like with a medium-sized hoop, I call it the training wheels. And I bring the training wheels out, and then they start hooping. And then they go down back to a medium size, and they're able to do that size. So thank you for sharing that you love how big the hoops are. And also Jamaica, she is a affiliate of mine. So if you want to get a hula hoop, I'm gonna put her code in the comments.
Because I
So if
still
you
have
want
it. Yep.
yeah, so if you want to get a hoop, use her code. I think you get $5 off. We're gonna do $10 off. Okay,
Oh,
we're gonna do $10 off for her code. So look in the after this loads, look in the description. And it's gonna be for a limited time. So make sure you get it right away. It's not gonna be forever. But so check out the description Um, but I just want to thank you, Jamaica. You're awesome. You're an awesome mother. You're an awesome practitioner, and just all around general great person. And I thank you so much for sharing your transformation story and being open to sharing. What do you want to? Can you share like your information with everyone? How they can get in touch with you? What offers you may have? Anything that you want to share at this time?
Yes. I will have to come back and put in the comments the my website. I do past life regressions, um, and the somatic work as well. Like I believe you already have my emerge underscore Jamekia
Mhm.
Lumsden. That is
Instagram.
on Instagram, correct. If you were to go to my website once I'll come back to this and put it in there in the comments. You will be able to write me if you wanted to talk about something or have a 15-minute consultation on anything. Once you look at all the descriptions and the things that I do on my website. But also I wanted to mention that if you were to go to any my TikTok, is still emerge and it's spelled IMERGE. So it's like interchangeable emerge, but I merge. So
I love it.
all of the
Yeah.
modalities that I've ever, I utilize those with my clients. I may not advertise everything that I do, but emerging so, but you are merging everything about yourself, basically. So all the things that you feel like that are bad or even good, we take those and we alchemize them. We realize and have a realization together in the tools that we talk about, focusing on the whole person. But what I did want to say before we got off this live is, if you were to see my brand, uh the brand of my name, the colors, Lauren, I bought this from Lauren in 2021, and my colors are this exact thing, and I did not even realize it until after I made my brand logo. So she is definitely divinely and intuitively guided, just like myself. So this I thought was absolutely amazing. And I think I told her the last event we went to, but if you want to
Yeah.
get in contact with me, you can. It is still the same thing, even on Facebook, Emerge. I do have a link in my bio. If you go there, you will see pretty much most of my things. So I really appreciate you, Lauren, for bringing me here and me being able to highlight what it is that I actually do. So those of you that came in later, I hope that you go back to the beginning where I'm actually explaining what my role is as a somatic practitioner. And I thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this. This was amazing. And thank you everyone for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next Hoop and Tell series where we uncover the truths, the full circle truths of women that have hooped and they're ready to tell their story of how hula hoop can transform their lives. So thank you all for tuning in. Y'all have a great one. Bye.
Bye.